Alright, so when it comes to the Java programming, so from this lesson onwards we're going to start learning and mastering the programming language Java. So before introducing you what is Java and how it was invented, who invented, where it was invented, what it is used for and all, so first of all we need to make sure that we have the essential softwares that needed to practice or in order to perform the tasks that's going to be discussed in this session. So first of all, mainly we are using two softwares. Number one is going to be JDK, also called the SDK. JDK stands for Java Development Kit, also known as Software Development Kit. Either way is fine, right? JDK, but when you're installing the software in your computer, JDK is the extension what it is getting. The other software that you need to have is an IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Integrated Development Environment. So we will be using the IDE NetBeans. It's quite an old IDE, and it has a very high in features, and up to version 11 is available now. For the convenience, I'm using version 8.2. So I have given the link of the 8.2 version as well. Version 11 up to 11 it's available. Okay, these are the main two things that you need to have, right? So if you are separately installing these things, I think you have already installed it. So for the sake of the video, I'm doing this piece for you. Right, let me share the screen to you, and let me show you my device computer. And if you go to my computer, so here put it to large icons. There are two software that I'm using. You can see there's a folder called JDK, and there's a file like this, JDK-8U31. like this is 191 MB. This is the JDK software, Java Development Kit software. If you install this one, you're not going to get the IDE that I'm using earlier, which I used this one for you to develop the Java programs. You're not going to get this one. It is only going to have the files and the folders ready in the computer. No problem, but it does get is installed. Then further, after installing JDK, you can install the NetBeans software separately. So I have the two versions of the software separately in my computer. You can see the file size is 94 MB only, but the version that you downloaded yesterday was around 325 megabytes, because both comes as one bundle, so it's easy for you to get it installed. Once you install that software, one time you install JDK as well as the NetBeans, both gets installed in your computer and you are good to go. Alright, now if you install this one, make sure first you install JDK. After installing JDK software, you can install the NetBeans software. That is how you should do that. That's the reason I gave you that one bundle software that you should have installed. Right, let's take a look at where it is installed and how it's installed. I usually do not install any software in the C drive. I have all the things installed by a G drive. If you go inside my program files, there's a folder called Java. By the way, I have a 32-bit machine, so this is the place where it has got installed. So I'm increasing the icon size. You can see JDK 1.8.0-331 like this. So there are some folders inside this, and this is where the Java software has got installed, right? So if you go inside this bin folder, you will find some small files like this. These are DOS prompt tools. There are like Java W file is there. Then there is a file called I'll show you Java C file. This is the most important. If you delete this one, that's the end of it. It is about 15 to 16 kilobytes file. This is called the Java compiler. I think previous week or before that week we were discussing about compilers and interpreters. This is the Java compiler that will turn your programs or the Java programs into your bytecode versions. And here you have another DOS file, which is Java. This is the program responsible for executing your bytecode files, which means the .class files. This is the one which is executing. So these are important files. You're not going to explore all these files, and we don't need all of these things, but quite a few of them we're going to use of these things. All right, so that is about the installation part. So you should have installed it, and you know, I have already given you the links for downloading things, right? So if you have downloaded that, for the sake of the video I'm doing this one, you can see this is the link. From this link you can now download the software. You can go to this link, right? JDK 8 with NetBeans 8.2. From here only you can download the version that you're going to use. If you're in a Linux machine or if you're in a Mac machine, you can use the corresponding versions from there, or else you can make use of the Windows versions that is relevant for your computer. So my one is this one, and most of you can download the 64-bit one. You can't just download this one, you have to accept the license agreement. You click on this radio button here, then only these download links will become enabled. Now you can click on them and you can download them, right? You can download them from there. So if you click on that, it will quickly download. That's it, right? So it's asking me to download this one, so I already downloaded it. I'm not going to download this, right? Okay, after that what you can do is, after downloading and having the files, you can simply double click this one and it will start the installation process for you, right? So you have to pretty much you have to just click next, and it will get installed. Once it gets installed and once it's ready, it will be there in your computer. Then you can start it from your desktop or from the start menu, right? You can simply type net, then it will come and you can select the option, right? So so that is the basic idea I just wanted you to show you about the NetBeans. Then the next part is going to be the operating instructions that we're going to follow through this one. So I'm going to teach you how you're going to set up your first project and the first Java file. So that is what we're going to do. Now you don't have to do it along with me. Let me do it first of all, step by step, slowly, and I'll show you how it's done and how it is saved, where it is, what are the folder structures, and so on and so forth. After everything is finished, I can stop the video, then we can practice along with me. We can spend about 10 minutes. I can practice with you, no issues, right? So whenever you watch the video, it will like a tutorials once again. All right, let's go to the slide now. Okay, now we will do the operating instructions of this one, right? Operating instructions. So we have to practically do this one. So let me do this one once. After that second time you can do it with me after I stop recording the video, right? First, when you install your NetBeans software, right? First, when you install your NetBeans software, and once you start it, you will get a screen something similar to this one. Sometimes you will get your the very first screen, which is like I just reset the Windows, so it will come. The first time when you install and when you run, you will get your screen something closer to this, or something looks like this. This is called the start page. So this is lively connected to the web, and it will show some updates and things like that. You can install stuff and a lot of things that you can do. Right, if you go to My NetBeans tab, then it will show the recent projects that you have already worked. So it's like a starting place, and you can even install plugins and all. There are interesting plugins that you can install, so it will be making your work and your development life much easier. And a tutorial like section is there. You can browse through this one. If you have internet, then you can click on these things and you can learn furthermore, right? So when you're an experienced developer, normally you might not need these things. We don't need this one each and every time. So I will be in my computer, I will be closing this one, right? So soon after that you close that one, you will be introduced to the work environment, work window. So there is a panels here. So out of that one, the most important panel for us is going to be the projects panel, right? In a while I will be explaining you what is a project and what it consists of. Then you have the files section and the services section. we're not going to go into much these now, because if you're working on reports and database connections and all, you can work on these services and all. For the time being, we're not going to work on these two tabs. We're going to work on the projects tab. Right now, there it says no project open, because we have not opened any projects. We are not working with any projects. That is why this is looking pretty empty. So we will first of all see how we can set up a project, and I'll tell you what is a project is. So simply go to file menu and select new project. Right, once you do that, it will come to the new project section, and it says steps, choose a project. So there are in steps that we have to do this one. So there are different types of applications that you can create using NetBeans. NetBeans is a powerful IDE. In upcoming lessons, I'm going to talk to you, because this is the starting point. I don't want to tell everything or every detail about Java and NetBeans now. All right, so choose a type of project. So usually we will be choosing Java. Out of Java, we will be choosing Java application, and there is quite a description given here. If you wish, you can read this one and understand. So it's for your reference. It's been given different types of Java programs can be created, and that is why we have different type of things given. Not only Java programs, even you can create UML diagrams. I have installed a special plugin to this software called Easy UML, and using this one you can create UML diagrams. You can convert them to Java code and vice versa, which means if you have a Java code, you can generate the UML diagrams as well. It's pretty interesting to do. All right, let's select Java. Then from the projects, we choose again Java application. Then we should click on next button. Once we go to the next button, this is the place where we are setting up our the details of the project. So you can see, first of all, it is asking for a project name. Normally the project name we give only once, right? So I'm going to give this one as HND 50 underscore programming demos. So it's going to be demo programs I'm going to do. So I'm going to say HND 50, that's your batch programming demonstrations, right? Then it says project location in where in your computer you want to have your projects properly saved. Using the C drive, I strongly recommend not to do that, because sometimes you might get I mean you format your drives and all, so it becomes for you a task for you to back up the files and all the things. So I normally keep them out of my C drive. So I have a work drive called work folder. In there I have another folder called Java. Under the Java, I have a folder called Java demos, right? So the last time I have saved it under the folder Java demos. That is why it has browsed to that particular place. It's not a must that we should have all the projects saved in that place. You can save it any place that you like. It is a good idea if you are hoping to do the files and you want to have a portable version, like in the labs when you're doing at the college. What you can do is you can plug in your pen drives, and you can straight away give the path of your pen drive, and simply once you go home, you can plug it to your computer and open it from there. It's much easy like that. I'm going to use the browse button once, and I'm going to show you. For the sake of the project, I'm going to put it to a different place. Click on the browse button. Then what I'm going to do is, you can see all the places as shown here. So if I click on that, it is showing my path. You can see all these places are shown. So there is a folder called in A drive, there's a folder called work folder, and there's a folder called Java. And what will happen is, under Java I'm going to have my projects created. So under Java I have a lot of projects here, maybe done for other people, right? So I'm going to create a new folder for your batch. So HND 50, right? So let's say HND 50 is the project I'm going to do. So E drive work folder Java HND 50 is going to be our folder. So I'm going to open that. Here the project name is different, project folder name is different, right? So this is the project name for us to understand it. So this is the actual place it's going to get saved. Project location, and it says project folder in the same place. You can see in this place you can see HND 50 / the project name has already been given. So under HND 50 there is a folder going to get created called hnd50 underscore programming underscore demos. So that's what it is. And it's asking use dedicated folder for storing libraries. At the time now, I don't want to explain this one, and I don't want to confuse you about the libraries and packages now. For the time being, we will not do it, but NetBeans is strongly recommending us not to save everything under the default project. I will explain you what you mean by the default package in a while. And it's asking, there's a tick mark is there, create main class. This is for the easy functioning. Should the NetBeans itself automatically create a file called programming demos, right? Programming demos. So I'm not going to ask the computer to do that. I'm going to tick off that. I'm going to click finish. Right, after a couple of seconds the project will get ready. Normally inside this IDE, integrated development environment, programs will function a bit slower because of the environment like that. That doesn't mean Java programs run slower. Okay, right, now your environment is ready, as you can see. Okay, let's go back. Right, now you can see in there, inside the NetBeans software, there is a projects. Under the projects, there is a project section is shown here. If you click on this, there are some folders or some structures being shown. You can click like this, and you can click like this. You can click open those things, and you can see JDK already it has taken the library. So we're going to make use of the programming languages inbuilt libraries. 100% we're going to make use of that one. So please don't remove this one. Your programs will not work. And under the project, there is a folder called source packages, and under that there is another place like a box, like it says default package, and we're going to have all the all the projects and files. We're going to have it under here. If you want separate packages, you can simply right click here and you can create a package, and you can do it. Later I'll teach you what is a package and why we use them. For the time being, we don't need that. All right, so this is how you first of all set up a project. Okay, let me revise this one again, and I'll tell you. A project is nothing but collection of files and folders. So if you go to my work folder, there is a folder called Java. So in there there'll be a folder called HND50. You can see here HND50 is there. Once you go inside, this is the folder that NetBeans created for us. So if you go inside that, right, so these are files and folders the NetBeans software is maintaining. Please do not touch them. Don't do any changes with this. So I'm just showing you the structures and all. So these are private and things. It's showing all the property settings and things it is keeping. Details about your project. And if you go inside the src folder, there is nothing available here because we didn't create any files. When I start to create my files in Java programs, it will start populating the files here. So I'll show you how it's done. We are again back in the NetBeans software. So we learned how to set up a project. So a project is a collection of files and folders. It's going to be the necessary files and folders, everything, right? It could be classes, it should be library, all the things. It's that the project file will maintain all these things together under one roof. That's the idea of a NetBeans project. Okay, so if you accidentally close these windows, you can always open them by going to the Windows menu, and you can open them. And it's quite simple. The shortcut keys for them as Control 1, 2, 3, like you can open them. So Control 1 is the shortcut key to open the project window. If you happen to close project window, press Control 1, it will open the project window. Sometimes if there is not enough space for you to code inside the screen, you can simply close this one and you'll have some more space for you to code. After you finish coding, if you want to work with the files and folders once again, you can click Control 1. The project tab will be once again open and it will be available for you. And if you take a look at the look and feel of the window, the drop down list boxes, buttons, menus, these things are different from the normal windows because the NetBeans software it's using a skin. Actually this software is what is I'm using is called Nimbus. There is a look and feel called Nimbus. That's the one which is used. When you advance through and when you go for GUI programs, I will introduce you a special package called JTattoo package, and you can make use of beautiful skins, very beautiful skins, and you can make use of beautiful programs. So when we go to GUI programs, we will see that how to do. Okay, without further delay, we will go to the how to create your first Java program. To create the Java program, what we do is we simply right click on here on the source package. You can click and you can select new and carefully select Java class. Do not click any of the other things. They are different. They are there for different purposes. I'm going to click Java class. Once I do that, it's going to ask me to give a proper name for the class. So we learned about something called source codes. So this is a Java source code we're going to create. So make sure that you give a valid name for the Java programs. In Java, programs are called classes. So these classes, usually they start with a capital letter. It's a convention that we have to follow. So if you are hoping to create a program called hello world, so H letter will be capital, and upcoming letters, first letters will be upcoming words, first letters will be capital. This is called camel case. So that's the convention that we're going to follow. So we give hello world, okay, hello world, and it's going to get created under our project. So under the source package, if you want to get it created somewhere else, you can choose the package name. Since we do not have any other packages, it is not listed down here. Then the package and the created file name, everything it is showing. So there's a warning also. It is highly recommended that you do not place Java classes in the default package. For the time being, it is fine for us, but we are not doing an extremely complex program now. So it's okay for the time being, but upcoming projects, if necessary, we will put it under separate packages. So I'm going to click finish button. After a couple of seconds, the window will be ready and the code will be open like this. So this part is known as the code editor window. So code editor window, there are shortcut keys that you can go to this one and you can come to the visual screen and things like that. This program, what I'm having now on the keyboard, on the screen now, is like a program which is going to run on the command prompt. It's like going to run on the desk prompt. So this doesn't have a GUI interface. So there are only two tabs given here, source and the history tab. Right, what happened on what time, you can look at the history. I didn't do any changes now. The file is created. Now if you go to the folder also, you will see here you can see hello world.java file has been created by NetBeans. It has already created the file for us. So you don't have to each time create the file, save the file, and separately you don't have to do these kind of things. Right, so under this one we're going to create the program. So I'm going to introduce a very little Java code to you. Now if you take a look at this code, it says public class, then it says hello world, which means the name of the program is hello world, or the class, Java class, is called hello world. The things that displayed in blue color, usually they are keywords in Java. We're going to learn about the keywords in the upcoming class. This is just the operating instructions, so I want to keep the lesson very simple. So what this simply does is, we tell computer, okay, you create a program called hello world, and it is a public class, right? So these are called access modifiers. Later I'll teach you these things. And this is a keyword. Class keyword tells what follows after this keyword is the name of the program. This opening curly brace, closing curly brace. Just while ago we wrote a pseudocode. Pseudocodes just have the starting and ending parts. So just like the program's starting part and the finishing part is mentioned from this opening, closing curly braces. Inside this curly braces only, we're going to create our rest of the program. A program, computer program, is a set of instructions written using a computer programming language in order to do a task. So this three definitions going to apply for this program as well. So I'm going to create a part called the main method. So main method should be created like this. So you need to type these things at the beginning few times, right? So you need to have the practice of typing this one. So I'll delete that, and once more I'll show you. It should be public static void main string as capital and args or arguments. So this is where we're going to write our program. right? So since you have your notebook ready with you, I'm going to give you a shortcut key. You can write that. So each time without typing public static, if you are a fast typer, you can do that. Public static void main like this. There is an easy way to do this, right? So people like to do it in the shortcut method. So you can simply type PSVM and press the tab key on your keyboard. This will auto generate the code for you. Not only that, there are so many code templates are there. Later I will teach you. PSVM tab key, right? So when you are practicing, please practice this several times. PSVM tab key, right? Since that is ready, now this is the entry point of the program. This is the place the program will start to run. So this is the Java program where it's going to start to run. So it's a must that you write this kind of a main method. Inside this main method, I'm going to write the first output command in Java. You can write system as capital system.out.println. This is a display command in Java, and you can use a set of double quotations. Inside that, you can type hello world. Hello world word is a traditional word. Whoever first learning a programming language, first they output this two words to the screen and see. It's a tradition. So that is the same program that we have creating, something called hello world. You can display anything other than hello world if you wish. Okay, so that's the basic first program is all about, system.out.println hello world, right? So we have created our program successfully. So you might think, okay, typing system.out.println, then within double quotation you say hello world is quite sometimes it could be annoying for you to type if you are interested in doing the code really fast. So you can type the second shortcut key. You can note it down, S out and press the tab key. System.out.println will be auto generated. S out, tab key. Then you can simply type what you want to display on the screen. So two shortcut keys I explained you. One is PSVM, short for public static void main. Then the second one was S out for to get the system.out.println, which is the output command. So these are the two commands that we learned now, right? Now we created a project, we created a Java program. Now we coded that. Now we will save the project and we will run. Actually, you don't have to separately save this one. Time to time the Java is automatically saving that. If you want, you can just press Ctrl S to save the project, right? And you can run the project. Now most of you will prefer to click this button and run your Java program, but if you click this one, it will run the project. Now you might ask, okay, that is what we created, we want to run the project. Actually, inside this project you will have so many other files. Now for the time being, we have only one file called hello world. In upcoming projects, we're going to create so many files, so it's going to be filled with files. So if you click this one, for the time being it will run, right? So it's asking which one to be made as the main program. So it's this project HND50 programming demos does not have a main class set. So select the main class. If I choose this one and say okay, hereafter each time when I click that button, this program is going to run. If I create another program, it's not going to run. See, I will give that one okay. No program. Now it will run. See, the output is coming here. This code is up, output is here. So this is why we wanted this one. No problem. Okay. I need to attend this call, Jaran. Okay, let's continue. Right, let me create another program inside this project, and I'll show the difference with this button, and I'll show you how to run the exact program, right? So right click on the default package, select new, select Java class. Then I'm going to call this one as demo2, right? So I don't want to spend much time on that. Demo2. So the program is ready. So I will type PSVM, main method is ready, S out, this will be ready. I'm going to type my name, right? So let's say John Doe.
So, sorry to resume, the screen sharing is not on.
Okay. Thank you for reminding. Okay, I created this program. Let me close that and I'll create once more. so you didn't see that. So right click on the default package, select new, select Java class, then select whatever the program name. I'm going to give demo 3. Program will be ready for you. Then you will type psvm, main method is ready. Then you can write an output command and you can type your name there, and the program is ready. Now the thing is, now there are actually 3 programs in my program, my project. You can see demo 2, demo 3 and hello world. Now see, now I will I'm in demo 3. I want to run demo 3, right? So output should come as Don Joe. I'm going to use this project execution. See, it is saying hello world. It is always executing the program as hello world program. So it says demo, it's running the hello world program. That's the issue. So if you want to execute that current file, the shortcut key for that is, please note down, Shift F6. So if you hold down the Shift key and press the F6 key, then it will run the current project or the current file which is selected under the projects window. Other than that, if you use this play button here, it will run the overall project file which is set. So that is not what we actually want. We want this piece. So I'm going to hold down, if I just press this button, you can see hello world will be coming. Hello world is coming. I'm going to press Shift F6. Again, it's showing the correct output. So that is what basically we wanted to have, right? So how to create a project, how to create your Java file, and how to execute that and see. That is what we so far we see. That is that is it for this video. Okay, right. Okay, one more thing I'm going to show you in this thing is going to be how to zoom in and zoom out in the workspace. How to zoom in, which means if the characters are smaller, how to do that one. So it's very easy. You just hold down the Alt key and you use your mouse scroll wheel. Okay, if you use the mouse scroll wheel up and down, the font size will increase and decrease. If you have a scratch pad, I don't know how you do that, but you can simply do it from there like that, right? So that is how you do that. So it's Alt plus the middle scrolling up and down.